There was a man in his garden walked, cut his throat with a lump of chalk. His wife, she knew not what she did, strangled herself with a saucepan lid. In and out the window, in and out the window, in and out the window, until the break of day.
Lark, says the fair maid, the nightingales are singing. The larks, they are winging their notes up in the air. Small birds and turtle doves on every bough are building. The sun is just a glimmering. Arise, my dear. Rise up, my fair one, and pick your love a posy. It is the finest flower that e'er my eyes did see. Yes, I will pick you posies, sweet lily pink and rosy. There's none so fair a flower as a lad I adore. The lady, you are a lovely creature. You are the finest flower that e'er my eyes did see. I play you a tune along the pipes of ivory, so early in the morning, before break of day. Arise and pick a posy, sweet lily pink and rosy. There's none so fair a flower as a lad I adore. Small birds and turtle doves on every bough are building. The sun is just a glimmering. Arise, my dear.
The hamlet stood on a gentle rise in the flat, wheat-growing, north-east corner of Oxfordshire. We will call it Lark Rise because of the great number of skylarks who make the surrounding fields their springboard and nested on the bare earth between the green corn. For days, or a week, or a fortnight, the field stood ripe unto harvest. This was a perfect period in the hamlet year. During this harvest time, children of the end house would wake to the dewy, pearly pink of the summer dawn and the swish, swish of the early morning breeze rustling through the ripe corn beyond their doorstep.
Laura, come up here.
Morning, Sally.
Morning, Laura. Laura, you're a good girl and I likes you. I know you're good at reading and writing on account of how folk likes to pluck your feathers.
But Dick can write, can't he?
Oh, he could write 10 words to us boys when they was in India. And I can make my name and that be all. So it's a bit awkward for business. Laura, ask me. I say you, my girl, might keep a secret.
Yes, oh yes.
What do folks say about me and Dick? Come on, don't flinch.
They say, they wish you'd tell them how it is done, how you live so comfortable when you're so old.
Laura, when I were your age, all the land between here and the church were left, by will, to the poor of the parish. All common land, the turf and fuzz 'twas then. It were all stolen away and cut up into fields. 100-acre field were common land. My grandfather owned this house and passed it on to my father. Us had a cow and pigs and a donkey cart. And I drove the geese to the common. I know where the freshest grass growed, I can tell you. Us growed us own victuals. And my mother made butter. And at harvest time and such like, my dad worked for wages. So us was happy. Not like country folk today, eh? Raising great tribes of children on 10 shilling a week wages. I didn't never hold we having a lot of poor brats and nothing to put in their bellies. It took us all this time to bring up us too. And us had... Us be swearing you to secrecy, Laura. Well, acause my father had a share of common land, he could make summat. And acause he made summat, he left summat. He left this house. And £75. Aye. And me and Dick saved every week for 60 year, even if it were no more nor a penny nor 2 pence. So that's how 'tis done.
But why tell me, Sally?
Because we need letters written to see it's done, and postal orders especially, and money added up. It be growed into more than poor old Dick's head can reckon. I watched him t'other night. Poor old boy. It were like putting a poultice on a wooden leg. Laura, will you help us?
Oh, can I? Oh, yes!
Oh, Dick! Here, Laura, take your mother this bunch of rosemary.
I've read Tommy Toes for the gentry, I've bloaters for the likes of you. I've pears and a peaches aplenty, and an orange for the likes of you. I've a bunch of grapes for the gentry, and bloaters for the likes of you. I've pears and a peaches aplenty, and an orange for the likes of you. I've one type of fish that is saintly, and he's told me a thing or two. It's red Tommy Toes for the gentry, and bloaters for the likes of you.
Yes, it's red Tommy Toes for the gentry, and it's patience for the likes of us.
Mrs. Timmins, do you know that 20 years ago I used to sell nuts on market days?
Yes, Queenie told me.
Barcelona nuts. Do you want to see them?
How can I see him, Twister, if it were 20 years ago?
Oh, you can see them, missus. Here they be, Barcelona, big as ponies.
Oh, Twister, you ought to be ashamed of yourself doing that again.
Barcelona, big as ponies.
Twister!
Ooh.
You disgusting old fool, you! Run away at the sight of me as well he might. Still remembers the pie, don't he? Did I tell you about the pie?
You did, Queenie, but it can bear telling again.
Well, it was 45 years ago. He came home drunk, he took the strap off his trousers and he faked me. I went to bed sobbing, I did. Next morning, he gets up, but no strap, no to be found. So he holds his trousers up with string and he goes to work. Well, when he come home from work for his tea, I said, you sit here. I baked a pie. I'd done a julep on top and it were baked just beautiful. You cut it, I says. I made it on purpose for you. Come here, don't ye be afraid. 'Tis all for
you. Then I turns my back on him and I looks in the cupboard. And he cuts the pie. And there inside on it is the strap, all curled up. Twister went white as a ghost. Got up and went out. And it cured him. Was not so much as laid a finger on me from that day to this. And I hope her Saturday he comes home with a shilling or two, for if he don't, there'll be no tea for him. No snuff for me neither. Look at 'un, clean empty. I can't do without my pinch of snuff. 'Tis meat and drink to me. The ghost of good stuff better nor nothing. Oh, Mrs. Timms, my dear, if I had £1 a week coming in, I wouldn't care if it rained actions and hammers.
How are the bees, Queenie?
Oh, poor little cratters.
Oh, you ain't still waiting on that last swarm?
I am. Oh, they was almost frozen in winter. I wanted to gather 'em up, take 'em inside and set 'em in rows in front of a good fire. Oh, and then there was all that rain, and as you know, Mrs. Timms, a swarm in July ain't worth a fly. So I'll not be having too much for the honey man. That's why I need Twister, for all his disgusting carrying-ons. Come winter, I'll need every shilling he can earn. That's it. That's a little cratter swarming.
There they go, down your sweet pea alley. Queenie, hurry, Queenie. They're birthing over in a mass to Tuffrey's.
I'm after Mrs. Timms. I'm after him.
When harvest come on and the reaping begins, the farmer the fruits of the earth gathers in. In mirth let us talk till the season be done, and at night give a holler till it's all of a row, till it's all of a row. And at night give a holler till it's all of a row. Then early next morning our hooks we do grind, and away to the cornfields to reap and to bind. Our foreman looks on and he leaves well behind, and he gives a loud holler, bring it all well behind, bring it all well behind. And he gives a loud holler, bring it all well behind. Oh, then says the foreman behind and before, we will have a fresh wet and a half a pint or more. So me jolly boys, to the end we will go, to the end we will go, till it's all of a row, till it's all of a row. To the end we will go, till it's all of a row. When night it comes on to the farm we will steer, to partake a good supper and to drink a strong beer. In wishing the farmer such blessings in his life, and in drinking a health unto him and his wife, unto him and his wife, and in drinking a health unto him and his wife. Our wheat is all in, oats, barley are bound. Here's success to the farmer who plows to the ground. As for this wheat stubble into turnips we'll sow, and so we'll continue till it's all of a row, till it's all of a row. And so we'll continue till it's all of a row.
After the Jubilee, nothing ever quite seemed the same. The rector died, the farmers retired, and the machines put people out of work. In the early 90s, some measure of relief came. Wages were raised to 15 shillings. However, rising prices soon absorbed the rise, and it took a world war to obtain anything like a living wage.
Get up, my father cried, for the wages in thy bed,
That's just that's a short extract, some bits and pieces from Flora Thompson's Lark Rise to Candleford, which was originally adapted by Keith Dewhurst for the National Theatre way back in 1976. We've decided to revive it as a community production, and the people here are from Lapworth, Barford and Leamington and Birmingham, would you believe, Coventry, Rugby and all stations north of Glasgow. We're presenting it in its full version at the Spa Centre next weekend on the 8th and 9th. And there's a matinee at 2:30 and another one, an evening performance at 7:30, and then another performance on Sunday at 7:30. I think you've got a good idea of the type of show that it is. It's